It's another edition of the Sports Check here on GhanaWeb TV with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond. We're continuing with the part 2 of our interview with Mimi, the female heavyweight lifter. She's been representing Ghana in the past years, and today I'm at the Ghana Weightlifters Gym. That's the national gym inside the Accra Sports Stadium. And when I came, you know, I saw them do something. I'm going to try it. This chalk, I thought it was powder. So they do this, is that magnesium chalk. So they do this. I'm going to try my hands on something because from our last interview, I have been practicing. You know, I don't know if you remember, I had trouble carrying the 5 kg, but this time I'm going to try this. So Eben, please go this way and watch me do my thing. So I'll try something before I go to Mimi. So here I go. Watch me do this. Okay, so I'm going to do like 3 squats. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see, I had to challenge myself. I did more than 3, I did 5. And we'll be right back after this break. I'm moving to Mimi. Welcome back from that quick break, and hi Mimi.
Hello.
Good to have you again.
Thanks for having me again.
You know what I did?
I saw what you did.
You have to explain that. You have to explain that to me. And this, why do you keep dropping it?
Because sometimes the weight gets to a heavy point that it's unsafe for us to keep bringing it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Catch your breath.
I just took a set. Yeah. But typically I could bring this down, but for reps in that kind of manner, it's safer to dump the bar. These plates are made for it to be dumped on the floor. The platform that we're standing on is to absorb the shock so that the floor doesn't get broken or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So on a typical day, this is the routine. Anytime you come to the gym, this is the routine.
This is one of them.
This is one of them.
Yes.
Or should I say this is the last option? From the beginning, you do other things and you end with this, or you start with this?
So today's program allowed me for clean and jerks in the beginning, which is what I did.
Okay.
The clean to the shoulders and then the split jerk overhead. We were supposed to do that for 2 reps. I went up to 85 kilos. This is 60 kilos now, but I did 85 kilos, and then I'm just coming down for a deload, just to keep the body moving and all that.
Can I try something?
It's a heavy pack, but make sure you bring it closer to your body.
No.
It's very heavy.
No, I'll not try. I'll leave it.
I wouldn't advise it until I coach you through it. I wouldn't advise it.
You know, the very first interview we did, I was even struggling to carry a 5 kg, but this is what?
That one is 15 kilos. So you did a good job. I saw you. You had a nice squat. I think you're a natural weightlifter.
Did you hear that? I'm a natural weightlifter. I'm going to be joining Hell.
I welcome it. I welcome it. Once we show you everything, you can do it clean, easy.
I want you to, is there a particular diet that you need to take to be able to lift these things?
So for me, I'm in the
Because the last time
heavyweight
you
class.
told me you like watching.
I love watching.
So you eat watching before you do this?
Yeah, I ate a little bit of watching this morning because, quite frankly, it's too heavy. But typically for me, I try to keep my diet clean because when I eat, like watching, for example, if I eat the whole thing, I'll be very lethargic and slow because you need to be fast to get under the bar. Because I'm in a heavyweight class, people think, oh, you can eat whatever you want. But for me, I need clean, less processed meals. I need to eat some carbs before I come in. So carbs, proteins, a little bit of fat content helps, keeps the joints nice and lovely. But for me, I'm in a super heavyweight class, so I'm not cutting. So it's not going to be an issue. Once competition is getting closer, like 6 weeks to competition, I really try to track my macros. So I try to track whatever I'm eating. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is 85 kg.
This is 60 kilos.
60 stories.
So the bar is 15 kilos.
Okay.
The plates are 20 each, 20 kilos each.
Okay.
And then there's a collar, a lock. What do you call a lock?
Okay, sure.
That one weighs 2.5.
Oh, okay.
And you use a collar to keep the weights from sliding off.
Okay,
so
sure.
it's weighted also.
Okay,
so
okay.
It allows you to even lift extra weights.
So with something like this, I see the red one and the yellow one. Is it possible that you join all?
Oh, yes, it is. So for my front squat, you saw me, I had 95 kilos on the bar.
Oh, okay.
On my shoulders, and doing the squat up and down. That had the red 25 kilo plates, and the yellow 15 kilo plates, plus the bar 15. So that's 95 kilos.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was a men's bar, it would be 100 kilos, because the men's bar is 20 kilos.
Why are the men's bar like bigger and heavier than the women? Why? What's the difference?
So in
because I feel,
weightlifting-
so far as it's weightlifting, we
Yeah.
should all be able to
Yes.
lift the same kind of weights.
Yeah, true. For weightlifting in competition, we use a hook grip. So instead of just gripping the bar naturally, we hook our thumb on the bar and then grip it.
I want to
this
try
way.
that.
Yeah. So
Do I need a chalk in my palm?
no. So instead of just
this
holding
way,
the bar like this, right?
Uh-huh.
You put your thumb through, and then you wrap your 4 fingers on there.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the hook grip. So the bar is secured when you're lifting.
Oh, okay.
So
So what
with-
happens if I hold it like that? Oh,
I mean, some people do, but it's kind of like, this is the way that we found in weightlifting that it secures the bar from slipping out of your hands when you're doing lifts overhead, especially.
Okay.
And the issue with the bars is women have smaller hands, so the grip, the hook grip the smaller bar allows for us to hook grip properly. The men's bar is a little thicker in diameter, so
okay.
I trained with it when I started weightlifting because that's all I had. But as time allowed, I was able to get the women's bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I saw you do, anytime you lift it, you drop it. And
Yes.
honestly, when I was watching you from afar, I panicked. Because I think I turned to watch someone.
Uh-huh.
And then when I heard the sound, boom,
Yeah.
I panicked. And I'm wondering,
That's literally...
maybe, let's say, for example, is it possible to get injured by just dropping it?
Just dropping it, no. I mean, if you drop it on your head, yeah, you can get injured, but you're supposed to basically bring it towards your shoulders, away from your shoulders, and then dump the bar.
Okay.
So if the bar is overhead, you just bring it forward like this, and then you release it here.
Okay.
But it's so fast that people don't typically see it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I saw you lift it onto your shoulder. I thought whether you can even break your collarbone or what.
No, it's a clean. So the clean is a combination of, I won't say for someone to understand, a deadlift into a front rack position, and then the squat. So you know how with the front squat, I was just doing a squat going down and coming up. The clean, you're bringing it from the ground into your shoulders. Then you pick up the bar.
But I want to understand why the shoulders. Why not just lift it up? Why the shoulders?
Because it's kind of difficult.
Lifting it up.
Yeah, in
But
that position.
Do we have strong collarbone, like our collarbone strong enough to
Yeah, they
carry
are.
all of this?
Yes, the human body is very resilient, and that's why you practice the front squat. So we do a heavy front squat, so that when you finally get to a weight, so like I remember a time years ago when this was what I could front squat. This is 60 kilos.
Okay.
And it felt like 100 kilos or more. So it's just, you do the heavy front squats to train your body to be able to receive the weight when you do a clean. And then put it overhead for the jerk in competition.
Tell me, are there challenges involved in this? Like, do you encounter challenges anytime? Or have you encountered challenges in your normal day routine?
Normal day routine?
Like body sore, like
Oh yes,
muscles
very
sore?
much. I'll tell you a fun story. Yesterday training, when I came here, all the guys were like, Mimi fade dull. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. And they kept pushing, asking me why I'm dull. And it was because I was on my period. So that's a daily challenge for me that they don't understand, because they don't get periods. And unfortunately for me, my periods kind of make me slow. They hurt. I have like period pain. So while I came here yesterday, I was on my period unknown to anyone, and I was moving slower, but I was able to lift what I can. With that being said, my joints tend to ache. You know, women, when you're on period,
anytime the time of the month.
Time of the month means your joints are going to be achy. You're going to like be bloated.
Yeah.
So that means moving slower. If the coach is like, more speed, more speed, more speed, you're like,
No.
this is the speed for the day, sir. But you know, we talked about it, and he realized that, you know, also my period. So that's something that, like, I know a lot of women tend to not talk about it, but I try to tell my coaches because he's trying to push me to a certain point. So I end up telling him, you know, at the time of the month. So he's like, okay, let's adjust it this way so that you can just do some light work, and then tomorrow when you feel a little better, you can push it. And today I was able to do more than yesterday. Yesterday was just whatever I could do.
So I think generally it will be a challenge for every female weightlifter, especially when it's the time of the month.
Yes.
Because even we that we are not weightlifters, when it's the time of the month, we're moody, feeling bloated, not in the mood for. Everything is just too loud in our ears. I think with a female, I think that'll be our major challenge. Tell me, how many hours do you train in a day?
So in a day.
Before then, how many days do you train?
So right now we're training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So that's 4 days of the week. We try to do an extra day of like just like bodybuilding type of training to keep our bodies primed for competition, since we have a competition coming up in April. Aside that, on the off days, we just typically do some yoga activities, mobility, stretching, foam rolling. But for the typical weightlifting itself, it's Monday through Wednesday and then Friday.
Oh, okay. So how many hours?
8, 9, 10, 11, like 3-4 hours sometimes. Yeah. And that's just generic. If we're going for a really tough competition, we typically do 2 a days. So maybe in those 4 days, 2 of the days we train twice. So one in the morning from 8 to 11, and come back and train from 4 to like 6.
So anytime you come, you have to be doing this lifting for a number of hours.
So today's training was the clean and jerk, the Olympic lifts. We were doing high reps, high weight to give us strength and volume. And then we went on to doing the front squats for strengthening the legs and the core.
Take me through. Which one is the clean weight?
You don't have
to.
This is the clean and then the jerk.
Okay.
And then the front squat is when you're here and you're doing the squats up and down.
Okay.
And then the push press is where you have the weight here and then just push the weight up over your head.
Okay.
So you're strengthening your shoulders, your arms, your traps, your core even, and your back. Yeah. It's a lot.
It's a lot because you have to be doing this for 3-4 hours.
Yes, and then we do like accessory work. So accessory work would be the typical bodybuilding style stuff, like maybe you saw the guys doing some curls.
Yes.
And then some core exercises to keep our core. So like, I know I don't have 6-pack, but you have to work on your core continuously. Even the heavyweight guys, you always have to work on your core, whether it's leg raises, planks are a good one that we use, weighted planks. So forearm planks, put a weight on your back. We do back extensions also. So there's a lot of exercises that weightlifters do
within that 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing I also realized is when I came, I realized you guys were using the chalk.
Yes.
Why?
Well, as you can see, I have some calluses in my hands.
Yes.
The chalk,
Yes.
Like right now, it's hot. It's sweaty. You can see me sweating from training. The grip of the bar is intense, so it can rip your hands apart, and then that brings your focus off the lift. So some people, when it comes to the calluses, if they have a tear in their hands, it really throws them off. So the chalk is to help us keep the bar, like keep some kind of friction in the bar, so it's not slippery in your hands.
And some people also have sweaty palms.
Yes, a lot of people have sweaty palms.
Okay.
So, and then so like right now I have some calluses. They're building up, but it's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are some of the misconceptions about female heavyweight lifters?
The misconception is, we're heavy, so they don't think we can you can lift. They think, you're bolobo, so you don't have muscles, so you can't lift the weight, but you just see us and then you're lifting the weight.
Wow.
Yeah. And then another one would be just in terms of women in general, childbirth. People think because you're a weightlifter, you won't
be able
to have
to
your menses and you won't have kids. But people do have kids. I know a lot of female lifters who've had kids, multiple kids. Some of them have been pregnant and actively lifting because that's their lifestyle. And some of them have said that it actually helped them with childbirth. So
mostly when you are almost due, you are advised to at least take a walk.
Yes.
Try not lifting heavy things, but try and be active.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to do a normal vaginal birth,
right,
you need a lot of strength.
Yeah. And
for that.
In general, it's per case, because sometimes maybe I haven't had a kid yet, but who knows? I could get pregnant and not be the one to be able to do weightlifting as I was pregnant. Some people they can, some people they can't. So it's up to the individual.
Okay. So I want to find out how do you stay motivated on days when training feels particularly tough?
Motivation.
So like for instance, you came yesterday, it was the time of the month, so you were a bit down. So like in days like that, or in normal days that you're really not in the mood, how do you keep yourself motivated?
Well, I used to say that, I need motivation to train, but it's not motivation. You have to be disciplined. So you have to realize that, okay, today it was not yesterday, and today won't be, tomorrow also. So you have to just think you are disciplined. You have to follow the schedule. That's the motivation there. You need discipline and you need to have structure to be able to push yourself on the off days. So like if I had my menses, for example, it's just a normal day. I have to just get up and come and do what I can. Show up. Do what you can. If you went and then I couldn't even lift the bar alone, then I tried, but you don't know what you can do unless you step into the gym. So that's one thing about weightlifters. We always have to keep showing up. That's the thing that we always chant to ourselves.
Even in your low moments, you have to show up.
Yeah, you have to show up. You have to just keep going. You have to keep doing it. Anything that to get you there. So even if it's, in my case, I make sure I put something cute on and just go to the gym. And then if I can, I can. If I can't, then I try again the next day. I don't give up.
Wow. So whether you're in a good mood or in a bad mood, so far as you're a weightlifter, you have to just show up. We'll be right back with more after this break. So welcome back from that quick break. It's still the sports check here on GhanaWeb TV with me, Patricia Roxton Hammond. I'm still at the National Gym here at the Accra Sports Stadium, and my guest is still Mimi, our female heavyweight lifter. And welcome back.
Thank you.
But before we go, I know you are done with training.
Yes.
So I want to find out, how do you balance strength training and flexibility with endurance? How do you do that?
So weightlifters are actually some of the most pretty flexible and mobile athletes in the world. I think we pride ourselves on having this extreme, intense range of motion, which allows us to do things like the squats, for example. The overhead snatch, for example, it's because we are always practicing our mobility and flexibility. The way I balance it is by making sure I do 5 minutes of mobility work every day in the morning and evening. After training, I do foam rolling, stretching. I have a flexibility routine. During the week, on my off days, I try to do yoga. So yoga is a good one. If you can step this way with me. Yoga is a good one that we do. We do a lot of yoga. Yoga helps. That's how I balance it. So you have to be able to be flexible so you can lift as much weight as you can, because the weight is going to put you in positions when it gets heavier. And you have to be able to be strong enough and flexible and mobile enough to keep that.
I thought yoga was all about meditation.
No, yoga is also about flexibility and range of motion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. But I think I need to learn about yoga, because all this while I always have the impression that yoga is all about sitting down and then
meditating. Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps
shutting
me.
down everything around you and
Yeah.
then just be quiet, close your eyes
That
and
actually,
zoom into a different realm.
That piece helps me because with weightlifting, before you lift the bar, you have to make sure you're getting into a good mindset. So definitely meditation and breath work and being aware of your breathing helps a lot. So that's why I like use yoga in terms of balancing out the strength training and then the weightlifting. Yeah.
Before we go, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, in the next 4 years or 3 years, I see myself at the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles.
Inshallah.
My team and I are ready. I'm working with Kevin Fry from Just Keep Going, and we're working towards getting me there using AI tools to help better my training, progress me, advance me in my health, my training, my numbers, get my numbers up so that I can qualify for the Olympics Games. I truly want to step on that Olympic stage, and outside of that, I really want to make sure I have a space, a training space for women and young girls to learn how to do Olympic weightlifting, because I think it's something that teaches women how to be resilient, because that's something that's taught me. No matter what life is doing to you, weightlifting is something that will teach you strength and resilience, and you can apply it to all aspects of your life. Yeah, so I see myself being an Olympian.
Yeah.
Having
we'll be cheering you.
Having an elite weightlifting gym that obviously everybody's welcome, but I really want to help the young girls and the women.
I believe in you. I believe in your vision, and I know whatever. As you told me last time, I can and I will. I know you do it, and I believe. I honestly believe you.
Thank you.
You have all of our support. I'm going to be
much.
one of your students.
Yes.
That's when you start.
I'm waiting so that I can start training you, and then it can be proof that, yes, we're really doing this.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Mimi.
you so much.
Nice having you on the show once again.
Here in my gym.
So, we joined Mimi here at the National Gym here at the Accra Sports Stadium, where she took us through her normal day routine. So, at the same time, I think the next time you see us will be at the Olympics. That'll be in April, right?
Well, we have African Championships in April in Mauritius.
Yes. I think the next time you see us, we'll be in Mauritius cheering.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Until same time next week, stay blessed and come and join the Weightlifters Association.
Yes.